I got 3. Oh. Come on, what like what? Well, I got 4, I guess. After the latest patch, we have a new meta build for Chandelure. Now we have Flamethrower and Poltergeist being not only the most played moveset for this Pokemon, but also with the one with the highest win rate. So it's quite good. In this video, I want to go over some gameplay, explain when you should be playing it, you know, give a few tips and tricks as well. Compared to Overheat, so pretty much if the enemies have a lot of dive, then Overheat in Prison is still the best build. If they have, like, I don't know, a double Speedster, they have a few around us, they're going to dive you, then you want to still go for Overheat and Imprison. But in games like this, where the enemies, you know, you can keep them at a distance pretty reasonably, then Flamethrower is going to be absolutely amazing now, and same for Poltergeist. Very strong build. Early game, you can either play it in mid and central, or down in bot path. It's also good on top. You can always stop people from stacking, because this burn you do on basic attacks or on Ember will make it almost impossible for the enemies to score. You can't even score 5 points with it, because they will just keep on burning and burning. But you have to be careful. Quite squishy. You can see our early game is still not the strongest. We will try to get last hits on Ember, and then see what we can do with it. So Flamethrower is kind of similar to Future Sight Gardevoir. After you hit it, you get cooldown reduction. But you only get cooldown reduction on it if you hit the end circle. So I'm going to try to just get to level 5 right here if we can. I can showcase that a bit as well. You have to hit the end of Flamethrower. You can also hit them with a line for damage, but it will not reset the cooldown or lower the cooldown of Flamethrower. It's a very fun ability. It's going to take you for games to get used to, but once you get used to, I can promise you this build is super fun. So now we want to keep our distance as far as we can. You can see now we get our cooldown down to 2 seconds every single time, or 3 seconds, or 2.5 seconds, whatever it is, every time we hit our Flamethrower. So I always want to step back a bit, and then make sure we get the last hits here. I walk up a bit too far. You can see what happens if I miss it. I mean, here just make a huge mistake. I just walk into the Mewtwo, he side strikes me. You have to be very careful, of course. Again, you have to keep your distance. This is totally my fault. I wasn't happy that my Slowbro, like, doesn't walk up with me to, like, poke them a tiny bit. But this was, of course, completely my fault. I see Mid-Altaria up now, so I'm going to head towards Mid-Altaria. This build is also very good at clearing, you know, white Pokemon, because you do a lot of damage and it resets on it. Compared to Future Sight Gardevoir does not reset on white Pokemon, but this gets cooldown reduction on white Pokemon. I'm going to try to go for Cinderace right here. Hit a max range Flamethrower, now we get a lot of experience. We pick up Poltergeist. So what does Poltergeist do? It spawns a square with furniture on every single corner, and if enemies come in contact with it, they will be slowed and also be taking damage. Very good combination, has a lot of range. It just allows us, for, as you can see, we hit our Flamethrowers much easier. Gonna hit one, always wait for a cooldown tiny bit, put another Poltergeist, and you can see our damage is quite high already as well. And we're gonna get Glaceon. Also, when you team fight, you can always see if there's like white Pokemon around, maybe hit a line on someone and then hit, you know, the Flamethrower ending guaranteed on something, so you get the cooldown reduction in. Also totally fine, but again, we want to keep our distance. I could walk up here to score, but I don't know where the enemy jungler is, so I have to be a bit careful. Another Poltergeist goes down. You can see we do so much damage on this Glaceon already. I was looking for the KO, but can't quite do it. We're just going to spam our Poltergeist. It has only a 5-second cooldown right now. Also, thanks to us having blue buff. So, pretty amazing. Yeah, another Poltergeist going down. I'm just going to, I cannot just press my Unite because I was dying. I'm going to try to lace down the Cinderace, and I do so. And now we keep our distance, Flamethrower, and we also still want a basic attack. Like our boost out attack burns our opponents, does a good amount of damage. Here I get very annoyed. In this scenario as well, when you have like a ranged carry who wants to do the objective, please help out. My Slowbro is doing a bunny right now. Like, this Regice is absolutely free. I just need someone to tank it for me, because I'm quite squishy and I want to keep my distance. Because I always have to walk back, because if I walk up too far, the Regice walks out too far and it's going to reset its HP, right? I will slowly get it though now. I was really hoping that Absol Slowbro at some point would help me out, but yeah, wasn't the case. And now another annoying thing happens. Absol scores 12 instead of the 40. So, you know, you just can't rely on your teammates in solo queue. It is what it is. And you can see that I go through the same scenarios and I wasn't quite happy with this. But in the end, I'm just waiting for the Altaria to respawn. Now I yoink away a Baltoy. And now we take the Altaria. So again, playstyle again is very similar to Future Sight Gardevoir, except that Flamethrower on white Pokemon also gives us the cooldown, which Future Sight doesn't. So that's quite nice. And the only thing that we are limited by is the range, right? Flamethrower has always the same range, so you cannot reduce it, you cannot make it any longer. It's just always the same range. And we want to always make sure that we understand how much it is, so we can play around it. Hit a nice Flamethrower here on Mewtwo. I tried to go for the eject button KO onto him, but he was not quite in range anymore. Put on a Poltergeist, and you can see I'm walking very far back. I'm going to just try to Unite move now. So The Unite move is kind of like Smoke Screen of Greninja. If you press it, people around you will lose vision and they only see very close. And again, we keep our distance as much as we can. We get a nice double KO here defending the lane. And now we are very strong. Flamethrower plus is super strong. You just do increased damage after hitting a Flamethrower. And it really does a lot of damage. You can almost, 2 Flamethrowers pretty much KO any squishy at this point. In this fight as well, looking for a Flamethrower first into a Poltergeist. And we try to kite back. Always kite back instantly after every Flamethrower. Another one onto Glaceon. I see the Inteleon there. I'm going to do Poltergeist, another Flamethrower, and now we just kite. See Dragonite running onto me. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. I'm going to keep trying to keep my distance. Make him think that he can still KO me, standing still a bit, but still keeping him at my max Flamethrower range. And then getting myself a nice Quadra KO. You can see it has so much damage potential. I really love this build. It's super, super fun. I can only recommend you try it out. You will not regret it, I'm pretty sure. But again, it's going to take a bit of time. Here, unfortunately, but you can see my damage was still pretty high. It's just too bad that my Gardevoir on full HP was running away a tiny bit too much. I think we could have easily, gotten the KO a bit earlier for me to live, but it's totally fine. At least I'm resetting my death timer, right? I do have a pretty decent death timer right now. And you don't want to have a big death timer heading into late game. But of course, still giving enemies experience is not all too great. In case you know, death timers get increased by how many points you score and what your KO streak is before you die again. And after dying, it kind of resets, so yeah. Taking blue buff right here, you can see we need 1 Flamethrower, 2 Flamethrowers, 1 Poltergeist for a blue buff. So much damage, and now we're looking for this Registeel. Want to keep our distance, throw the Poltergeist to a Flamethrower, Poltergeist first for the slow, into Flamethrower, he's going to dodge away from it, but we just laser him down with our Unite move. I see them both running at me now, putting Poltergeist between me and them, gets in the ace, and then we kite Glaceon, and half of his HP is just gone in one single Flamethrower. So, it really, especially late game, and if 14-15, your damage is absolutely insane. Here, Inteleon is being very angry right now with me. And we put on a Poltergeist, looking for the Flamethrower, and we get another nice KO here. We can see if we keep our distance, play around our Poltergeist slow, it's quite nice. Here, I was quite surprised to see the entire enemy team to run towards bot path. Snazy Jack button on me. I was already sure that I'm just going to recall. Was a bit too greedy, I guess. But honestly, I feel like this was kind of unexpected for them to still go for this, because we have a Regieleki pushing top path. Probably all their jungle camps are up. Doesn't matter what. Got punished for overextending a tiny bit too much. Could have walked further back, but that was pretty unexpected. You always die to like very unexpected plays sometimes, because you just don't expect them to happen. At this point, I kind of want to farm 15. I'm very close to it. I have half a minute to get to 15. Just gonna try to just go for something right here. Go for the buy toy. We always stack them together as well to make sure Flamethrower hits as many as possible. And then always make sure we hit the end so we get our reset in. You can see me aiming my Poltergeist. Like, I always try to aim the edge on someone, right? You don't want to hit the middle Poltergeist on someone. You always try to, have the cube or whatever it is, the square, be at the edge so they instantly get hit by a table or, share. And now 2 of them are dead and we can just start ripping Ray. This also does a lot of Ray damage. So I'm going to start burning through Ray. 3 of them are dead. And I can use my Unite as well. My Unite is very good for this Rayquaza as well, because I'm going to make my opponents lose vision, so I'm going to use it. Into the laser, the enemy Glaceon doesn't have any vision, can't even Unite move or anything to try and steal it. And we get a nice Rayquaza game. Of course, not over yet, but you can see my Flamethrower damage now. It's just absolutely fun, especially with Rayquaza Shield. Gonna head towards this right here, try to kill him with the Poltergeist. But sadly, he got away. And we end up going down. But we score enough points for it to luckily not matter. Had to go for a bit of a defense there. You can see my damage now to an Inteleon as well. So he walks up, I do 1 Flamethrower into just Unite move laser, and he instantly gets taken down as well. So it was a pretty fun game, I would say. I think I ended up on like 18 KOs in total. So for Chandelure, that's a lot of KOs, having 18 KOs on Flamethrower, 124k damage, 44% team damage. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel.